Today I'm here to inform you about dehorning cattle, the methods used, the reasoning behind it, and many of the tools that are required to complete the process. Reasoning: it saves time and money, it's safer for the workers, protects the livestock, and helps hold cattle at value market price. Cows with horns have a higher chance of severely injuring or killing one another. Then that leaves the rancher at a loss of time and money invested. Cows without horns reduces the chance of them permanently damaging the meat or killing one another, and avoids the chance of them damaging a feeder, hay bales, water troughs, and liquid feed tubs. For example, this woman was stabbed by a cow that was horned. Granted, a cow with or without horns is very prone to damage, but this could have been avoided if the cow was dehorned. Now, the economic aspect is different. Bruising of the meat lowers the value of the beef carcass. It is estimated that the beef industry loses $10 million a year. And also, sale barns also pay less for cattle with horns, mostly due to the fact that they have to spend extra time to dehorn the cattle before they can put them into the feedlot. Methods used. The traditional way of dehorning is by physically removing the horns. However, breeding out the horn gene has become one of the more popular ways to remove horned cattle from your herd. It is also a more humane way of doing it. Genetics. One of the more common methods of dehorning cattle is by using genetics, by breeding out the horn gene over time, which saves time and money once the recessive gene is no longer present within the herd. Now, a traditional method is still widely used by older ranches and ranchers throughout the country. There are many key tools, equipment needed to dehorn the cattle efficiently and humanely. Now, I have a little video that will guide you through some of the steps that are required.
Cows in nature are a prey species, so they develop horns as a defense mechanism, and as we bring them into barns or onto farms to take better care of them, they don't really need the horns anymore. But if they have them, they typically are a lot more aggressive towards each other or towards their human caretakers. I've seen cattle that were torn up. They had holes in their sides because the other cattle had ripped into them, and also had people, myself included, be attacked by cattle. So we take the horns off of them. They're a lot calmer. They can eat closer together, and things just work better for them throughout life. This is a procedure we like to do early in life, usually within the first couple months of age, so that the horns aren't nearly as big, and also that they have less developed nerve endings. There's a nerve that runs up here that lets them feel the horn. We put a little anesthetic under there. It's called a local anesthetic, similar to what a dentist would do if they're going to work on your teeth. Then we wait a little bit, and they won't feel it nearly as much. When we work with cattle, we use different tools to have them stay where we want them to, so we can do the things, both to protect us and also to protect them. And the interesting thing about cattle is that they're made a little bit differently than we are, that when we put pressure on them, they calm down. If this calf was for some reason very excited about doing something it hasn't done before, I would push on its side, and that would make it calm. And this device, a restraint chute, kind of does that as well. It gives its boundaries where it knows it's protected. It knows that there isn't going to be a predator come up to the side of it and maybe do something it doesn't like. It also has, with the head bars here, it has it stay in this exact location. See this horn button right here, and then beneath the surface there's another growth point. So we're gonna use a cutting tool, and this is butane fired, so it's a hot tool, and it cuts the blood circulation to both of those growth points. And then once that blood circulation is disrupted, it won't develop anymore. So this will just heal over and it'll be smooth. It's a necessary procedure. We do it in a way that it minimizes the discomfort, and this calf will eat its food tonight just fine.
Alright, now we're going to go into a little more of a detailed description of the tools used. Unlike the chute in the video that I demonstrated, the chute he had did not squeeze on him like how he stated. He had to push them against it. Now most chutes they have today, they have a lever, but once the cow is guided into the chute, you pull the lever and it applies pressure to the side of the cow, like he was saying in the video, to calm them down and reduces them moving around, because once you have clippers and you're cutting the horn off, they're going to start moving around, and you don't want to accidentally cut their ear off or somehow possibly poke their eye out, because these clippers are sharp. Now the dehorning clippers, as I was talking about, are like big toenail clippers, but they have to be more durable, obviously, to cut off such horns like this. Now they come in a variety of different sizes. The smaller ones you're going to use on like calves or newborns. The medium-sized ones, as in here, are almost to the mature age. And then you have the bigger ones that are basically cattle. They're no longer calves, and they have about the size horns as this or a little bit bigger. Now the cauterizing iron, after the horn is clipped, you want to make sure that you cauterize the wound immediately, because if not, that cow continue to lose blood and increases the chance of infection. Now the bandage spray is one of the most crucial parts of dehorning cattle, because you want to make sure that you apply this. Not only does it protect the wound from getting infection, it keeps out parasites, for example, such as flies, that are very common with cows, because they will lay their larvae inside of the wound, and then that can cause it to become very infected and could potentially kill the cow. Now, additional information for a little more of a laugh: cows do have horns. All have horns. Female cows do have horns. Male cows also have horns. Here's a picture of me and my family working. We usually do once a year during the spring. And this is the alleyway where once we get them in to the corral, we single them out one at a time and usually walk behind them, and then they'll go to the opening and you push them up to the chute. Then you give them a nice little gradual push in, and then that's when you start the process of